So now that we've kind of talked about the types of sources you might want to use, let's go ahead and find out where we can find them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the search tab. That's where I've put all the resources that'll help you find the actual articles that you need for this assignment. So if I click on search, it comes up with a number of things called databases. So these are the types of searchable software where you're able to go in and search by keywords, search by a particular topic, and pull up. It could be journal articles, it could be magazine articles, newspaper articles, dissertations. It's a whole range of different things. So there's a couple specific social work databases up here, but actually what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump down to this. It's the broad, this humongous type of database which will basically search all of the resources we have for human resources. And since you guys are going to be searching pretty broad topics, I thought this would be a great source for us to start with. So basically what you want to do is you want to go ahead and just type in whatever your topic is. So in this case, let's go ahead and search for abortion. So if I click on abortion, I type in abortion and I click search. And then eventually it will come up. Okay, so this is what a typical results page is going to look like. As you can see, we have way too many results. So I don't know about you, but I don't have the time or the energy to go through 75,000 different results. So let's talk about ways to narrow down to get to the actual articles that'll look great. So for this particular assignment, we just talked about using only peer-reviewed sources. So now that we know what a peer-reviewed source is and how you probably will want to use it for this particular assignment, let's go ahead and just pull up the peer-reviewed sources. So in order to do that, you just go ahead and click next to Limit to Peer-Reviewed, and it updates. Now we're down to 35,000. That's not bad. The next thing we're going to want to do is narrow down to the publication date. This might be important because we want to use the most up-to-date resources possible. And a quick and easy way you can do that is just go ahead. I will say the rule of thumb is that you only want to use sources unless you're looking at a historical topic. So if you're going to be just looking at the history of abortion in the United States, that would be different. But if you're just looking for the current resources for this topic, you're going to just want to do 10 years. We're going to go ahead and click on the left-hand box, and we're going to just scroll it over to 2007, and it'll update. There we go. We're down to under 20,000 results. That's pretty good. A bit more. There's a couple other things, which actually this brings up a really good point. So yes, we did say peer-reviewed, so the majority of things should be academic journals. But sometimes a couple things sort of fall through the cracks. So we have a magazine, those will not be peer-reviewed. And then we have some reviews, because usually in a peer-reviewed journal, there are also going to be book reviews, those kind of things. So those probably are included. So let's go ahead and just click on academic journals. Okay, so then the next thing is really awesome. You guys are going to love this. It's called Limit by Subject. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and then I'm going to show more. Now the reason why this is really helpful is because abortion is very, very broad. Actually, most of your guys' topics for this class are very, very broad. So if you just put in abortion, we get 75,000 million results. So we're going to have to think about what is it about abortion that you want to focus on. And over here, this is how we find, if you don't know the terminology, if you're really not sure, this is a good way to try to sort of narrow down what you want to look at. So as a class, do we see anything up here, like the focus, do you think that we want to use? Anybody have a suggestion from this list?
Are there laws, like a section that talks about the laws?
Law and legislation.
Yeah, we got abortion, law, and legislation. It's very good. Also very important. So let's go ahead and click next to that. And click update. You can actually do more than one. But also what a really cool thing about this is that it shows you how many articles you're going to be left with. So with law and legislation, we should be left with 975. That's still too much, but it's a little bit more helpful. A little bit more manageable. So the next thing that I want to show you is actually...
Apparently I clicked a different button because I don't have my list.
No, she's just...
Oh yeah, sometimes
Oh,
that
okay.
happens, wording wise, or yeah, sometimes you get different results. But okay, so let's say limit by geography. Now this is really great because, as we all know, unfortunately, I think the last class we were looking at child abuse. Unfortunately, that's something that happens all around the world. A lot of things happen all around the world. So for this class, a really great way to narrow down what you're looking for is by country. Because yes, we are all Americans, and you might be interested in, let's say, abortion in South America. And you could narrow it down that way, or Brazil, or something like that. But for the sake of this class, let's go ahead and just click on the United States. Okay, so now we're down to 222. Unless we add another subject term or something like that, that's probably going to be the lowest amount you're going to get with this kind of search. So let's look at different types of, let's see, we mostly have PDF full text, which is awesome. Another thing you guys will just want to remember, yes, remember my face and that I really want to work with you guys, but also remember PDF full text. This is the easiest type of format to work with. So let's say the medical emergency exceptions and state abortion statutes and statistical record, that's the one that we want to use. So everybody go ahead and click on PDF full text. Okay, eventually it will come up.
This is so much easier than last semester. I had to do the wording, and then if it was too many, then you had to do another search, and punctuation mattered, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
This is so much easier.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, that's what we're going for. Ease of use. And smarts. And all those things. But yes. And sometimes adding another word is really important. So sometimes subjects, that's what subjects do. They say, so I think we said legislation, yes. So what it probably looks like to the computer is abortion and, all in caps, legislation. So, okay, eventually it's going to look like an article. Some of you guys might already have it. So yeah, it's going to, yes, they're all kind of going to look like this. You're going to have what's called an abstract. Everybody know what an abstract is? Anybody want to explain that to the class?
It's just an overview of what is in the text.
Right. And the reason why it's really important when you're doing research is it's a quick and easy way to see if this article is actually going to be useful for you. I do not recommend actually reading through every single possible journal article because that would be very tedious and probably not that helpful. So instead, if you see a title that looks good, click on that, look at the abstract. If that's good, save it. Save it, save it, save it. I cannot say that enough. Please save your research. Because instead, what will happen is, and I've had so many times, you guys think I'm joking about this, but no. I've had plenty of students come up to the reference desk or call or anything like that, and they're basically like, my paper's due tomorrow and I lost all my research and I don't know where it is, and they're upset and we're upset and we're all upset, so please save the world a lot of grief. Please save your research. So there's a couple ways that you can actually go ahead and save from this page. The first one is up here at the top. This is, does anyone remember what these were called? Floppy disk. Well, that was a trick question. Yes, floppy disk. So if you click on that, it's actually going to save a copy. Everybody has an H drive, yes. Everybody's used their H drive before, yes. It's an easy way to save it. You can also save it to a flash drive. I do not recommend you save it to the desktop on any of these computers because anywhere on campus when you're just using a computer lab, yes, flash drive, please. Flash drives, H drives, please save to a drive. The other ones are right over here. So the top one, you can print it out. So printing right now is free in the library on campus for students. So if you want to just go ahead and print it out, save yourself the hassle, that's totally fine. The other thing is the email button. Right down here. Some students really like this because they can get it all in one place. And then when they get home to their own computer, they can just save it to that computer. What it'll do is actually, I'm going to show you what it looks like because it's pretty cool. So if I click on this, it actually, all you have to do is put in your email. I recommend that you maybe put something you'll remember in the subject line, otherwise it'll just be a jumbled mess. And then over here, you can actually save the citation as well. So you can click on APA, and then it all gets sent to you in one place, which is really awesome. So a lot of students like to do that. Okay, and then the next button I really want to show you because it's awesome and going to blow your mind is the fourth one down. It's this little like yellow sort of page. It's called the side button. Okay, so again, what are we using in this class? APA, well done. So we're going to want to go ahead and highlight. We would highlight, copy, and paste this into your paper. Quick and easy. Now, because I don't want you guys to lose points if there's like minor mistakes, I'm going to show you a little bit later on what you can compare this to make sure that it's actually accurate. Because again, this is a computer, it does what people tell it to do, at least for now. So what you want to do is you want to make sure there might be tiny little mistakes. It might be capitalization, it might be punctuation, something like that, which unfortunately will lose you points. So
Sometimes it won't be the italics won't.
right, it won't be italicized. Sometimes they'll get really excited and put the title all in caps or something like that. So yeah, it's usually pretty minor, but it's going to save you a lot of time because it's all the information you need in the right order. So it's really awesome. I don't know whoever invents this, they should get a gold prize. Okay, any questions about this? No? Okay, I'm going to click out of this tab. We're going to go back. And I'm not really going to take you through as in-depth in these two because they're actually put out by the same exact company. So the feel and all the tools and the format are all going to be exactly the same. I will take you in SOWK Index really quick just so you guys see what it looks like. So if I click on SOWK Index, it gives me all of these options from the very beginning. So instead of just the one-liner that we had with the EBSCO one, we have SOWK Index over here. So it's basically someone give me another topic.
Long-term care.
Long-term care. Okay. Okay, so before I do anything with it, anybody know of something that I could do to narrow down my search? I just gave you a hint. Is there something I could do with these words to make sure that all of the articles are going to have these words in this order?
Quotation marks.
Awesome, thank you. Yes, so you're going to want to put quotation marks because what I'm telling it is I don't want any article just about long or just about term or just about care. I want all of those things together. So I'm going to go ahead and click search. Okay, another thing that you can do to narrow down, just like we talked about the subject terms, is from the very beginning, you can actually narrow down by adding another subject term. So for instance, long-term care, and somebody think of another kind of narrower search term. Long-term care and
Disabilities.
how about we do both? So let's say and elderly, or age, or older, or geriatric. Anyone want to tell me why I included all of those? With an or?
So to cover it all.
Different words saying.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. It's like the combination of your two answers. So basically what or does, so and narrows down your results. It takes two different search terms and it tells the computer I want articles with both of those two things together. Or expands your search. So some authors are going to use geriatric. Some are going to use elders. Some are going to use senior citizens. You know, it just depends on the author. They all mean the exact same thing. So in order to capture everything possible, you might want to consider including multiple terms that mean the same thing. Okay, and then the other one was disabilities, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do disability. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I had like a brain fart right there. We're good. Okay, so we've got long-term care, elderly or aged or older or all those things, and disability. Let's go ahead and search. Hey, we're down to 622 from the very beginning. That's awesome. So yeah, this is just kind of another example of things you can do. You can think about your topic because again, just like abortion, long-term care is going to be pretty broad. So we got to think of ways to narrow it down so you find the things that you need most. Okay, any questions about this? About searching in a database? About what a database is? About life? Anything? No? Okay. So let's move on. Let's click out of this tab. And now we're going to go to the